Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast Ask Bone Teacher, where I answer your formal questions in an informal way. So today my guest is Dr. Mitali Mangoli, a first year MS Ophthalmology resident in JNMC Belgaum. She's so much fun to talk to, and one interesting fact about her is that she has been training in classical music since the age of 3 years. So hi Dr. Mitali, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you so much for having me on this podcast today. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for being here. You're more than welcome. But let's quickly dive into what we are here for. What kind of value do you think you can add to the lives of our listeners today?
Sir, in your previous podcasts and videos, you have talked about motivation, discipline, persistence, consistency, and patience. So the one value which I feel is really important for everyone, especially in the circumstances that we are living in, is resilience. So I want to add that to the list.
Okay, so resilience, right? So what is resilience? I mean, we know the definitive meaning of it, but what does it mean to you?
Sir, it is the quality to recover from our setbacks as quickly as possible. Matlab, to get back to your pre-crisis self. So it's a kind of a flexibility, but not the type that Seema Tapare auntie from Mumbai is looking for.
Okay, so we have a Netflix buff here. So I can understand what you mean by that, but how is it vastly different from every other trait we have discussed in my previous videos and podcasts? I mean, how is it first different, and why is it important?
Sir, everyone at some point in their lives has hit the rock bottom, felt hopeless, worthless, and been in complete despair. Whether it's failing in an exam, losing a business, or being in a bad relationship, all these situations are pathetic and you are allowed to feel sorry about it and feel bad about it. But kab tak? Because life doesn't stop here, and it might feel like everything is over and bus, this is the end of it. But it is exactly at this point that we must try to cling on to that one ray of hope.
It's funny you should say that, clinging on to that one ray of hope. I mean, doesn't it sound like a cliche, cling on to the ray of hope? Everyone says that, but do we actually cling on to it? What do you mean by clinging on to that ray of hope?
No, sir. More than actually fixing the problem, we need the courage to start looking for the solution. That's what is being resilient. Whether or not we actually get to the solution is a different matter altogether. But it's that one moment of strength which makes us want to get up. That's what makes all the difference.
I can understand what you're getting to, right? But I know it's easy to say all that, Mitali. It's easy to say hold on to that, cling on to that ray of hope, and you take that first step.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me, how do you actually go about doing that? How do you actually hold on to that one ray of hope?
Sir, I know this is the most difficult thing to do, especially when you have factual proof of things not going well. It is extremely difficult to keep a positive attitude and look at the brighter side of things, no matter how many friends and family members keep telling you.
I mean, I like how you say the factual proof of things not going well. It's kind of reminding me that everything is going against you and there is evidence that whatever you do will not succeed, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you're talking about. कि evidence है कि ये काम नहीं करेगा मेरे लिए, फिर भी उसके बावजूद we have to work for it.
Yeah.
All right. Now let me ask you this. How can you be so sure? How can you be so sure that if you continue to do that thing, that you will find some success in it? Have you been through something like this yourself?
Yes, sir. I actually started preparing for my entrance exam last year in January. And previously, I had taken this exam during my internship. So in comparison, मैंने बहुत कुछ change किया था in my study pattern. I had made an elaborate 10-month timetable with first reading, second reading, and revision कब करना है.
Everything, first reading से लेके revision तक.
I had a 10-month plan कि Jan Feb से क्या करना है, and then I started making notes. I decided to relearn all the basics by watching all videos possible, and I worked very hard throughout the year. I used to study for
hard matlab what do you mean hard?
I used to study for around 10 to 12 hours a day, and I took mock tests, I took grand tests, and unka score was fine. I was improving. So I knew that I had given my best shot at this exam. And
Okay.
when the results came out, I was devastated. I was shocked. My rank was 30,000.
Were you not expecting that kind of a rank? What were you expecting? What were you hoping for? For a miracle?
No, sir, I was not expecting a miracle, but I was actually hoping for a score of at least 600 or so. And I knew after the exam only that something had gone wrong, but I didn't know
Okay.
how much impact it would have on my rank. So
Okay.
clearly, I had not reached the goal I worked so hard for. And having already repeated the year once, I didn't know abhi kya karna hai. And I think everyone who is preparing for any competitive exam can relate to the pressure. I was totally unprepared for this scenario because मैंने तो assume ही कर लिया था कि I'm going to do well.
Mithali, I can so relate to this, and I can clearly understand what you must have felt at that time, because you put in the hard work and you have a roadmap and you follow protocol, you give in the hours, you give in the time, you sacrifice so much, and then you expect a score, you expect a rank, and you expect a certain result, and then when you don't get that, you are so not prepared to respond to this kind of setback that temporarily you feel out of place and you have no idea how to go about it.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. In fact, I used to tell my best friend Shreya, who has been my go-to person throughout MBBS, कि यार next year तो अपना time आएगा and NEET 2020 में तो एकदम मस्त rank मिल जाएगा. But
okay, so hi Shreya, thank you for being the best friend of Mithali over here. Okay, so what did you do next?
Yeah, so for the next few weeks, I kept trying to make sense कि यार ये क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, and where did I go wrong? I felt so isolated, even though my parents were home during the lockdown, and I could see that they were worried about me, because according to me, I had made no mistake in this preparation, and I didn't know what to change even if I wanted to start studying again, because जब first attempt दिया था during the internship,
Right.
तभी I knew what mistakes I made and I knew how to work on them. Now I didn't know क्या करूँ, अभी क्या different करूँ मैं.
Again, matlab, you knew the mistakes you made, and so you kind of were ready for a poor result, and you got it. But now you've changed the plan and you worked your ass off, literally. You worked hard, but then you don't get the rank that you seek. I know it must have been so bad. How did you start to overcome that?
Sir, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think of anything else. And घर पे इतना tension था that there was only one conversation कि admission का क्या. So to distract myself, then I started reading novels, self-help books. I started painting. I watched a lot of your videos. I watched a lot of TED Talks. And then sometime around March end, while I was talking to my mom, I realized कि नहीं बस हो गया ये. अभी एडमिशन का तो बहुत अनसर्टेनिटी है, मिलेगा या नहीं पता नहीं है. सो द ओनली थिंग दैट्स इन माय हैंड इज टू स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग अगेन. मतलब वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो अगर नहीं मिलता है एडमिशन कहीं पे भी, तो एटलीस्ट आई कैन फील ओके अबाउट इट, थिंकिंग कि मैंने कुछ तो पढ़ाई की है, आई हैव नॉट वेस्टेड माय टाइम. So then I started breaking down my failure bit by bit. I tried to remember what my weak areas were, and I started making a plan once again.
It's very difficult to come back from such a setback and bring yourself to the original form. So I guess this is what probably resilience is for you, and this is what you were talking about, right? To get back into the original form of preparation.
Yeah. That's absolutely right, sir. So the first thing that I did was I renewed my Marrow subscription, which had also ended in January itself.
Right, talk about the end of your preparation. You were so mentally prepared that ये ending है मेरे preparation की, that your Marrow subscription ended
in January.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right, I can imagine. Yeah. So
then I opened my notes that I had made last year, and you won't believe, sir, I had tears in my eyes looking at them. Because of looking at all the highlighted parts, all the post-its, they just reminded me of the hours of mehnat all of this had taken. But I fought it and I started again. And
I mean, Mithali, sorry for interrupting you, but I can so relate to that. I have this visceral feeling. I know what it must feel like. because when you go back to that room, that place or the table where you were preparing the last time around, you see all the things and you're reminded of all the sacrifices you made, and the hard work that you had put in, the sleepless nights that you had to, go through, and then for what? For something that has not materialized. That is I think that is the most difficult part of coming back to the original grind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was so difficult to focus because people were calling, texting, and they were asking कि कितना मिला तुझे? वो XYZ को तो बहुत अच्छा rank आया है, So there was a lot of background noise as such. And then started the pathetic admission process, which is designed to give you a slow torture death every single day.
It's funny that you say that. I mean, there was this other student that I was speaking to the other day, and they said counseling is like a scripted reality show, sir. कुछ भी हो सकता है, कुछ पता नहीं है. Wild card entries होते हैं, and people are just sent out.
Yes, sir. Right. Really, that's true.
So how was it for you? And how could you manage, thinking and worrying about the counseling process and studying?
So, sir, eventually I started studying. I made a plan that I'll at least study for 4 hours a day. But things got worse for me in April. Actually, on 28th of April, I lost my grandmom. And
oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you, sir. It wasn't sudden or anything. She was old and she was bedridden for quite some time. And I thought I could process it with stability. But I don't know if it was only her passing away or also the stress I was already under. But I couldn't express what I was going through. And I didn't cry when it happened, but it started sinking in much later. So it started getting very difficult to focus on studying.
I think it is something like this, Mithali. It's like it's a lot of pent up stress and pain and sadness, and then there is this one gate that opens up, and after that what happens? Everything opens up and there's a flood of emotion. Yes. I think that's what has happened to you.
Yes, sir. And after that it became very difficult to keep a track of the admission process also. And I must say this, sir, it's really important to understand the process of admission because I have seen people with ranks much better than mine lose out on good seats because they haven't understood what is happening.
Yeah, I mean, you're so true. Again, like multiple students have messaged me saying they don't understand this process of counseling. And yes, and because of that fact, they miss out on great seats, and people who are way, way behind them, they come and take those seats. So I think it is very, very important that you understand this process. Sir. And if you don't, you need to ask around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So anyway, so what next for you?
So sir, anyway, the progress that I had made till now while studying, that had gone down to zero. फिर से बर्बाद हो गया था, and I had to pick myself up from ground zero once again. So I took the help of a counselor who guides through the admission process, and that with his help, I got a complete idea of how to play this game.
So while the admission process was going, you were studying simultaneously?
Yes, sir. Because actually...
With this new plan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because I didn't want to take admission in just some branch, which I didn't really want to do. My parents were really worried about everything, but they have supported me completely. And every day some new notice used to come up about the process. Some new reservation quota would come up. There were court cases piling up. And half of my brain was occupied with this and the other half was struggling to focus and study.
I mean, I can imagine the struggle of an uncertain mind because, see, when you know the outcome of something, you kind of, even though initially there might be difficulty accepting it, but then there is a closure.
Yes, sir.
Right? But I feel particularly for these people who get these kind of limbo ranks,
yes,
right?
Sir, yes,
not so great and not so bad. So these people are the ones who suffer the most because they don't have clarity of the outcome of this counseling process. So because of this, neither can they get the seat that they hoped for or they wanted, nor can they utilize that time properly to study further, right? So was that the case for you?
Yes, sir, that was the case for me totally. At one point of time, my aim of the day was कि मैं बस 20 MCQs solve कर लूँ. बस. Really, these past 4-5 months have been the absolute worst for me.
Coming back to your original value that you wanted to share, resilience, right? So I'm still interested to know, when did this resilience actually pay off for you? When is it going to pay off?
Sir, it was my luck. It was pure luck that I got the branch of my choice in a very good hospital on merit. I really feel like I am the wild card entry over here. And it really is a miracle in this otherwise toxic year. But I think the universe kind of rewards you in some way when you show some sort of courage. I think that's what happened in my case.
Right, so without sounding like a broken record, I want to just quote Shah Rukh Khan here, what he said in Om Shanti Om, right? किसी चीज को शिद्दत से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात तुम्हें उससे मिलाने की कोशिश करती है. I think your persistence to continue preparing, even though you didn't get a very good rank, I think that paid off, right?
Sir. But sir, I've seen so many of my friends who are preparing for these civil service exams and CA exams, who fall behind by just 1 or 2 marks after working so hard and giving so many attempts. It's really very difficult to gather all the courage possible to start again and prepare for the next year when you have already put your heart into it. So these internal battles are the ones which really need the resilience.
Yes, like I said before, right? So the people who have not worked hard and they don't get the outcome that they were hoping for, they don't feel so bad because they knew they know that they don't deserve it, right? But then when people put in the hard work and they don't get the outcome or something close to the outcome they hope for, these are the ones who are broken. These are the ones who are shattered. So I think if these people manage to get up and put in the effort again, there's a very, very high chance that they will succeed. So now my question to you, Mithali, is how can these people be resilient? Can you tell me?
Sir, naturally there's no switch to start being resilient. So it's like a process and it's more of a conditioning. In my case, I was like थोड़ा पढ़ाई करके in the rest of the time I didn't want to just self pity नहीं करना था and overthinking से problem और बढ़ रही थी. So I thought, let's try something new, let's develop a new hobby. So I started watercolor painting. Now I've never learned anything about drawing, painting, never done it in school very happily. But somehow I've seen those videos on Instagram and I thought, let's try it. So I started by watching YouTube videos and following tutorials on Instagram, and it really helped me calm down.
I think what you're saying is, in order to calm yourself down, it's always best to kind of go into a little bit of reset mode or distract yourself. Right.
This actually made me clear a lot of clutter in my mind, and it made me very happy. So it made me think of a solution, and this wasn't some प्लान कि मैंने अब पेंटिंग स्टार्ट की है तो मुझे क्लैरिटी मिलेगी या मैं रिजिलिएंट बन जाऊंगी. It just happened and it just made me look at things with a better perspective. So it made my mind function better. And
I think that's the point, right? Basically, being resilient is thinking practically for a problem that is in front of you, and you can only think practically when you have a clear mind, and in order to make your mind clear you need to distract yourself from the original problem.
And actually what this made me realize was that if you have reached an end point, there can't be anything worse. मतलब इससे बुरा क्या ही हो सकता है, अब जो होना है अच्छा ही होगा.
Right, bottom पे है तो इससे नीचे कहाँ जाना है?
You just need to believe in it कि and once you reach there, I think you find the strength to get up and fight back. It's actually very difficult to put all of this into practice, but it's necessary. मतलब ये कहने को सुनने को अच्छा लग रहा है, but it's really required. And we're surrounded by so much negativity that preserving our mental health is becoming more and more difficult. So that's why I feel building your resilience is as important as building your immunity. But sadly, there is no coronel which can help us in this.
Right, there is no coronel for mental health. All right, Mithali, thank you so much for being on this show. It was so nice speaking to you. I mean, I think many people listening to this will relate to all the things that you have been through, and they will hopefully find some value and continue to be resilient
Yeah.
and fight for what they want.
Oh, thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. It's such an honor to share this space with you. I hope I have been of some help to everyone who's listening.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. But my last question to you, Mitali, would be this. It's a question that I ask everyone on my show. When and why did you start following me, and did I bring any kind of value in your life?
Sir, my friend had suggested about your videos on YouTube when I was preparing for this entrance. And that's when I
Okay.
searched for you on Instagram. And then I saw you on the Marrow faculty list. And I was like, oh, this is the same
Okay.
bone teacher. So that's how I...
So did any of my content bring any kind of value in your life?
Yes, sir, definitely. All of your videos have always brought some enlightenment in my life. And the recent one I saw was the first year of residency, just before I actually
Yeah.
started it. And
Yes,
really,
yes.
everything you have said in each and every video has been amazing and so helpful.
Thank you so much. And in that video, I talk about Shoshin, which
Yeah.
means a beginner's mindset,
Yes,
a
yes,
mindset
yes.
that is eager to learn and experience new things.
Yes, yes.
So thank you, Dr. Mitali. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much, sir.
So for everyone listening, I hope you found some value from today's session. Comment below and tell me if you did. Alright guys, keep things simple and stupid. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Mitali is also on Instagram. You can follow her if you want to. Comment your questions and suggestions below. I will try to talk about them in my next podcast. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.